Ready, Prabhu? Okay. First I'll take that.
Can I close the door?
Srila Prabhupada's quarters. Now we are going to take you on a tour to Srila Prabhupada's quarters, Western World headquarters in Los Angeles.
Okay. Okay. So we're going up to Srila Prabhupada's quarters here in Los Angeles. Going up to his quarters right now. Some of his various record albums here on the walls, and some photographs of the temple, the way the temple used to look. Temple looks about the same as it does now. Same columns or pillars. The column part on the top is a little bit different. And the picture of a painting of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to be in the sanctuary, which is now the temple room. This is the top post of the stairs. I saw one photograph of Srila Prabhupada putting his hand right on here. Okay. And right outside his quarters gives a description of Srila Prabhupada here in Los Angeles, the different times he stayed here. From, what is that, 68? Well, he came in here in 1970, so he's right here. Okay, this April 1970. And then every year, at least once a year, until 1976, he would come here to Los Angeles and stayed in this temple in these quarters right here. So there's 3 rooms, basically, in here. So the deity Srila Prabhupada sitting in the same place that Prabhupada would sit when he came here to Los Angeles. This would be the same desk he sat at, and like that. And same flooring we have is you see on the floor this plain plastic flooring like that, same as it was when he walked on it. The ceiling's been fixed a little bit, same colors we have. We redid the ceiling because it was falling apart, so we put new cement up there, but same color, same blue color on the walls too. Many of the paintings are the same as when he was here. I saw many photographs of Srila Prabhupada because I also used to work in the Bhaktivedanta archives, so I also am familiar with the way the rooms were over the years. So sometimes they would have different paintings on the wall like that, but many of these paintings have always been here. I believe like the one like the Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gopashodas Babaji and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, they always kept in these rooms. There's different drawings of Prabhupada up here. One's by Nischintya Devi Dasi, and one's done by, let's see her names in the back of here. Something. Anyway, she used to be married to Madhukanta before. She did this one. And Nischintya, she did that one up there. They're very nice. They're so good they look like photographs. But I think they look like pencil drawings. These are both famous photographs of Srila Prabhupada. The same lamp as Prabhupada used, I believe. And tape recorders, some are new, some are old. I think this is an old one right here. Everything else I think is a new model that's, been added later on. This is the same altar that was here when Prabhupada was here. Same Gornitai deities.
So are these deities worshipped by Srila Prabhupada, or?
Well, they had him. I don't know if he worshipped him per se, as far as making regular offerings. I heard we have Lord Jagannath in the middle room, and I heard when Prabhupada would come in here, we would offer obeisances to Lord Jagannath in the next room. So my understanding was like that. Prabhupada would let's say offer obeisances to the Krishna and Gornitai, but beyond that, I don't know of any formal offerings they made like that. Some of these, like deities of here, were forms of Krishna and Radha. This was added later on. This was in here when Prabhupada was here. There used to be a photograph of Radha London Ishvara. They used to sit here when Prabhupada was here. That was getting faded, and they brought this instead of Radha and Krishna. And this is a picture. This has always been here. I think this is, I believe, Radha Parish Ishvara. One devotee brought that. It's getting a little faded because of the sun. And this has always been here too. This is a photograph of Mayapur. I think it's 1972. It's kind of faded because of the sun, but I think the original is photographs in the archives, so you could always get that. And that painting has always been here. That's a picture of Radha and Krishna, combined form of Radha and Krishna, like that. And we used to have this altar was always been here, but before it used to have velvet curtains going all the way around. But after the course of time, they all got kind of worn and torn, I guess because of age, and we took them down like that. We never put any new ones up. And
I believe that is a literature. Can we also
the what?
The literature? So is that globe was used by Srila Prabhupada?
No, it was here. I don't know so much used, because I think many devotees would make offerings to Srila Prabhupada, so he accepted the offerings, but as far as using them, per se, I know this has, you could still see it. There's different globe, there's different dots or stickers on here where the different temples were.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they fell off or whether, it was, so I think there was a sticker, or it is a sticker here. I don't know, but my glasses are on, but anyway, like a sticker in Los Angeles and New York, and there's different stickers on here. In Europe, of course, we had different temples in Europe. But yeah, this has been here ever since I know. This is Prabhupada's bookcase, and it used to be open before the bookcase, but we decided it would be good to cover it with some kind of protection so nobody could take things away. So these are some of the books Srila Prabhupada has, or they've been here for a long time. Some I can see are new editions, so I know they weren't here before Prabhupada was here, but many of these are first editions, it looks like, of the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, so.
So these were the books Prabhupada were using to, translate, or?
Well, he translated them, so they would bring a volume up here, so.
Oh, okay.
So it may have been some of the books that he used during the classes, he would get class in Srimad Bhagavatam, so some of these volumes may be the ones he actually used when he gave class, And where he may have had in the edition, we got some, Devanagari Sanskrit books down there, so he may have used some of those for translating or looking up things. And that's this jar right here. This was on his desk for many years. We had many different items on his desk, and they seem to be here for many years, even when Prabhupada was here, but a lot of the things we put away, we locked away for safekeeping because we figured that things may disappear, which I've heard that a few things have disappeared up here. So, like this is a glass jar, and it has like different pictures. Let's see, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu. It's like somebody made it, and they put some potpourri in there, some like flower petals and dried flower petals, and some perfume or something in there. That was on Prabhupada's desk for many, many years. Right here. And here, as far as original things, I think this is original thing. This is a clock that shows, you know, all the different time zones in the world and what time it's supposed to be and like that. I'm not sure if it still works or not, but and this is a dictaphone right here. I don't know if was used by Srila Prabhupada or anyway, it's been up here for a long time, this dictaphone. Okay. And we go in this room. This is Srila Prabhupada's bedroom right here. Light. And this is Srila Prabhupada's bed that he slept on. It's always been here. And this is the same bed cover that's always been here. You can see this in one of the films of Srila Prabhupada. Charya Part 1 or 2 or whatever like that. And there's some slippers. I think they're like, you say reproductions of the originals, because I heard somebody stole the original shoes are up here that were just like sitting right there. And, or either they stole it or they stole what they thought was the originals.
So this deity was there when Prabhupada
No,
was
this
here?
is Kartamashan, and he's always been here in New Dwarka. He was downstairs originally in the what we call the sanctuary. He was always in the front, like the front lobby, or so to speak, and then he went to I think we had him in the gift shop for a while, not to sell, but just to be up there, and then he was in different places. We decided we should keep him up here because he's like part of New Dwarka. He's not an installed deity, but we wanted him to be in a safe place because he's always been here in New Dwarka, so we kept him up here in Prabhupada's quarters.
So what is the significance of this jar, Prabhu? This
bowl?
bowl?
The what?
The bowl, that plate.
The bowl. This bowl, originally we used to put in from the altar because we read Nectar Devotion when you make offerings to the deity when it comes to the temple, like some fruits. We used to have that in front of the temple.
So it's not
in front of the altar. And then one time, as you can see in the photograph right here, Srila Prabhupada's having his feet washed.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's a bowl running underneath it, and that's this bowl right here. And they were just lying around, and I saw it, and it was just kind of like bent up. Well, still a little bent up, but it was in the closet, and it was kind of bent up. So I set it aside, and then I gave it to the head Bajari later on to keep up here for safekeeping. But
so
we just, we take things for granted when great souls are around, but then after they leave, then we wish we hold on. Like we used to have Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa son, his old Vyasa son, and we had it outside in the parking lot for a while. And our Srila Prabhupada commented on why is this out here like this, not being covered, and some devotee got it, later on. And
so are these plates were used by Srila Prabhupada?
They were in. We found that plate specifically. We found in one of the trunks. So I think there's a good chance of that, but I can't say for sure. And it's the same deity plates we have. Same plates that we have for the altar downstairs for the deities. So
So these are the photos were presented by some devotees when Prabhupada was here?
Well, that's a clock with Prabhupada on it. That's always been there as far as I know. That one up there, of course, that's a published picture that was in the third canon of the Bhagavatam. I believe it's by Bhadaraj, Krishna Kaliya.
Okay.
It's the original right there. These are all original paintings.
So is this,
Krishna book. And
we see in a harmonium, little piano sort of thing.
well, this is kind of,
was used by
it's not called a harmonium, it's called the...
piano?
No, it's... Anyway, it was common like in the 1960s.
Uh-huh.
People would get them and play on them a little bit. And
So it was...
I was told by one of his servants, or I heard from one of his servants that he played this like one time or something like that, you know. But he didn't like regularly play the thing.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't sound as good as a harmonium. Harmonium sounds much nicer. And these are different items that were up here, and or different places that we brought here. I don't know. Could you see this? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. These are just some of these stuffs we found in trunks up here, so we took them out. So I'm not sure if Prabhupada actually used them, because devotees would make different offerings to Prabhupada, and he would accept them. But whether he used them or not, I'm not sure. This looks like some shirts or kirtas and hats. This is a piece of cloth. It says Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi cloth, donated by Padmanabha. So this is looks like Padmanabha. So that's there, and there's pictures of these Rukmini Dwarkadesh, the deities here, Gaunitai and Jagannath. These were in Prabhupada's desk for a long time, so that's why they're so faded, because of the sunlight. And this gong right here is, we put it up here for safekeeping, the Prabhupada's gong and the gong hammer. And it was Prabhupada played a lot after we gave class, like he would, after he gave class, he would have Guru Puja for him, and he would play the gong. There's photographs of him playing this gong, and he would play this. So we kept it here for safekeeping, because we just left it in the Asasan and just like disappear, you know, after a while. So we brought it up here for safekeeping. And this jar is, this one jar was on Prabhupada's desk for a long time, so I think it's something Prabhupada used or was next to a lot. And this is a cushion that was Prabhupada put his feet on. There's a photograph of that right on top of the cushion. And this is over at the Diorama Studio. So we have a doll museum here of different exhibits from Bhagavad Gita. So this is the place, the studio where they made all the dioramas. It was across the street where it used to be Govinda's restaurant on Venice Boulevard, but then now it's, I think, old furniture store. So I think that's Prabhupada over there, and this is a cushion he had. Different items I don't really recognize. Oh, I recognize them, but as far as things that Prabhupada used personally, I don't see. Oh, this down here, this is a little music box that was in Prabhupada's desk for years. And I remember even Sesha Prabhu, my godbrother, wrote a little children's book about this this music box, and it plays, you wind it up and it plays Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head on that one. And he wanted, and the story ended in Sesha's book about, you know, he asked me, what's the history of that? And I said, I don't know. And one devotee I was talking to, he was telling me, because he came up here the other day, and he said, oh, my mother gave that to Srila Prabhupada, and I think he mentioned the reason why he gave it to Prabhupada. So there's more to the story, apparently.
So what was the reason, Prabhu?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I just remember I have to speak to him, and I have to speak to his mother. It's nice to get the story behind everything, because if write it down, keep it. Otherwise, people forget, and then nobody knows what anything is. Okay, and these are different paintings, and on the wall, from Krishna book, of course.
So I believe you're mentioning the deities, Jagannath deities, which represent. Are these the deities? Oh, okay.
Yeah, these. I heard some devotee. I think he's staying in Hawaii right now. He's the one that carved them. But devotees are. It was one of Prabhupada's servants, either Shruti Kirti or Harisari, was saying that Prabhupada would offer his base. When he came here to Los Angeles for the first time, he would offer obeisances to these Jagannath deities. Like that. And this is a Prabhupada, this rocking chair. He would sit in here, this rocking chair. You could see the photograph of him actually sitting in there. So, I don't know if it's the same chowder that was on there. Because in the photograph you can see that chowder on the back. Because I know there was nothing there for a while, like if somebody took it. So I think that may be a reproduction of the chowder on the back. And the cushion looks like it's the original. And of course, the original painting of Born in Thai on there. I don't think that's ever been published before. It's just always been up here. You see it in the photograph too, that painting. And like that. And
Oh, so Prabhupada was sitting in the exact spot then?
Yeah. Seems
Wow.
so, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's nice to have photographs.
So anything?
Sometimes they move the furniture around.
So anything about these deities here, Prahlad and Narasimha?
Those are new. Those
okay.
came up here about maybe 20 years ago or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those weren't here before.
Okay.
And this is a skylight room. Skylights are a little different. We had Mother Kriya Shakti. She was taking care of Prabhupada's quarters for a while. She had the skylights changed. And they used to be glass skylights right here, and they had like some kind of vent in them. So it's some kind of ventilation, but they were changed with the plastic ones we have them right now. But there's always been skylights in here. And this is a harmonium. Of course, I know probably play this harmonium.
So I believe the trunk here is the original one.
So it's always been here, this trunk.
So is it
So we had a lot of those different items you saw in the.
Was it the trunk which Prabhupada carried when he came to United States?
I'm not sure exactly. I mean, he made so many trips. You know, he's always traveling around the world. So I don't know what trip he brought it. Or somebody brought it for him.
So all these photos were
Now, these photos have always been here that I could recall. All these. You know, they're like photographs, little paintings. Like this is a painting of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta on the photograph, like that. And this is a painting. This is a photograph. Looks like a photograph of him sitting in a chair. Which, except for here, I don't think I ever saw it any other place. It looks, I don't know, it looks like a drawing. It's hard to tell. Some of the old photographs, I think they take a photograph and they draw over it or something like that too. Or they color them in, you know. So it looks kind of strange. And you see, sometimes it's hard to tell whether it's a photograph or an actual drawing or what.
So here we see a Krishna little deity. So is there
He's always been
how
here.
he came here?
Say it's a secret, okay. Yeah, he fell over and hit some cracks right here because during the earthquake he fell over. So he's been fixed though. And these are some books. We'll just take this off. Some books.
So was the deity present when Prabhupada was here?
No, yeah, he was here. We have photographs of him and the Srila Prabhupada was here. So and these are some Sanskrit books. you know, I don't know how much of these Srila Prabhupada used, or something that Prajumna would just, you know, many books that he would get and he would leave them here. But anyway, these always have been Prabhupada's, you know, quarters.
Okay.
Prabhupada was, anyway, one of the few devotees. He was, anyway, Prabhupada was the only one that could read them, basically, anyway, except for a few of his disciples. And they're Devanagari script, and some are in Bengali script. I'm not sure what they are.
Was this chair another rocking chair Prabhupada used to sit here?
This is Nischincha Devi Dasi. She donated this one. She told me she got it at Fedco. Yeah, she told me at Fedco over in La Cienega she got it. I was wondering whether it was original or not. She said, yeah, I got it for Prabhupada.
Mm-hmm.
So it was up here when Prabhupada was here. I think she told me he was sitting in it too.
So was this a collection?
This is just a cabinet, and where Prabhupada's clothes are. We use it for the deity, keep the deity's clothes in here for the deity Prabhupada up here in his quarters, and the deity Srila Prabhupada on Vyasa-san.
So when Prabhupada was here, when in Los Angeles, he used to store his clothes here in this cabinet?
In this cabinet right here, yeah. This is the cabinet where his clothes were. And now we got socks, and hats, and turtleneck scarves. You know, this is for the deity downstairs. Different blankets. Some of these may have been original, used, or were given to. And this is original drawing. This is a painting of Srila Prabhupada taken from that famous picture of him. It was like, it's been in different places, painted. It was on of course, the disappearance issue of Back to God in 1977, black and white. And we had this on the Vyasa-san for many, many years, until after Srila Prabhupada left.